Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. I'm Vikova, you can call me V, and today I'm continuing to stream Citizen Sleeper, which, don't mind the void, it will appear soon. Hello and welcome to Sam and Dayface and Rowan and to Meadow Melody, welcome! Alright, I think we're ready to get started. I'm coming to this game directly from being in the midst of a really good novel. Like, I was nearly late to the stream because of this novel, so I have to shift modes to this other story world now. Yeah. Let's see. Sam says the V is for void at the start of the stream. I wholeheartedly support that. Alright. We continue. So, I think last time Fang refused to help us in order to keep us strung along to have our tracker removed. And consequently, the bounty hunter tracking us found us and has basically required that we pay for his drinks indefinitely or he'll kill us. So things are not bright at the moment, but that's okay. I only got 3 dice today. It's probably because my hunger's not very good. Our credits are in a dire situation, but we did create a person in the form of a ship mind, which we haven't done anything with yet. I think we'll have to install it on the ship, but we can continue to work with that, on that, because I'd really like to get the ship mind alive again. Dave says, if you are V and V is for Void, does that make this an X stream? I don't understand, I'm afraid. Ah, Dave says, I'm very pleased with that high-level joke. I'm so sorry I don't get it. Alright, let's see. So I have arrested... It's a Roman numeral joke! Okay, so I could have got it. That's very good. Okay. I think today... Well, we need to get more credits if we're gonna keep paying Ethan's tab. That's the bounty hunter. I have to wait for him to run up a tab? Oh god, not even gonna know how much that is. We've got a free Neovend, the vending machine that is hiding a personality. I really love Neovend. Sam says, Ethan shakes fist. Absolutely. I'd love to fix the ambergris. I think we might get some money if we fix the ambergris as well. Let's just check that. Yeah, I don't think Fang has woken up yet. No, Fang is still doing stuff. So we're not going to get any help there. Now, where did I sleep? Alright, there's my container. Fang's Bay is still loading, so if we need to find the Ankita, we should be... Oh gosh, where am I? I can never find anything on this map. The ambergris. Okay, this is Ankita and the ambergris. We don't have good numbers today. I think we'll be in trouble if we try and do any repairs. Let's see what we can get with a 3, considering we've got a +1. I don't want a negative outcome, so we're just gonna leave that today. How can we get some credits today, perhaps? I don't think I'm used to looking at it from this side. How do I turn around? Yeah, that's better. Oh no. The controls! They thwart me! If only I can move this by mouse. I'm sorry everyone, I promise there's a game here. But there we go. Alright. The ambergris. Merchant freighter, we can get work there. Can we? Deliver prices? No. The dock? No, they're not here at the moment. So... There's no paid work available to us right now? That's an issue. No. We can play games there or help people. We might be able to get some credits through hacking, so let's have a look at that. Hunt and Nest? We're not dealing with that right now. This one is not being watched. Havenage members broadcasting on the open network from here, leaving them open to data extraction. I don't have a 2. I could match a 3, it says. Because of my +1. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, I've never done that before. We've only just unlocked this. Okay. Bypass. Extract data. I think we'll get cryo for this. Story Dragon, hello and welcome. We did not. Well, we tried. Data extracted. I mean, I only have ones. I am concerned about the hunters that are reaching out to these, well, it's not reaching out to... Oh. Do you need a 1? No, you need a 2. Well, let's not worry about this. I can't use these 1s for anything. Any work here? Assist a shipbuilder. No, that's awful. Today's not a doing stuff day. Some days are just not doing stuff days, you know? Where's bed? I can't find where my nest is. This is my container. Okay. Sam says watching the VODs of you playing this game has given me some really interesting new perspectives on it. I'm really enjoying it. Oh, that's fun. For example, I didn't even realize how much non-consensual touching there is in this game, because I'm not touch-averse. That's an okay time to use. I'm definitely a touch-averse person. I almost wonder if I should have given you a better warning along with the game. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing I think if you don't expect it, like if it's not something you experience, it can be hard to think of. People don't really think about people who don't like being touched. Oh, no, sleep please. But I don't think you needed to give me a warning. I'm doing completely fine. I did do some research about kind of what to expect from this game, without spoilers. Oh, okay, we're really hungry. And that was enlightening because it made me know that they're certain that, however dark this game might be, that there would be kind of hope in it as well. But yeah, it did not give me any content warnings at all, unfortunately. Let's see. We've got some high rolls. We need cryo. Let's see if we can get some work done. No. Which dock does the work? Unloading containers. They'll pay us. The freighter crew are eager to get their payload into the ore exchange, and they'll pay a wage to anyone willing to help them. Okay. It's a danger, and we don't have a bonus. I don't need... No, I do need the cryo. I'm going to spend a 6 on this. Oh, cryo. Okay, that's great. We'll spend a 5 as well. Neutral is still a positive result, so we'll do that. We got a positive outcome anyway. Okay, that looks really good. We've built up a bit of cryo. We've got a 2 we can spend on extracting some data. Yeah. And we might also get, we didn't get any cryo unfortunately, but we did get some data. I'm sure that will be useful with Fang. Now let's check on Ankita at the ambergris. Where is it? Got it. Sam says, would you like me to search for other content warnings I might have missed since I've already played it? Yes, that would be nice. Sam says, but I was really happy that you seem to enjoy your time with it anyway. Yes, I'm definitely enjoying it. It was a wonderful recommendation. Let's see. Calmly says, all touch IMO should be asked for first explicitly. I hate that it isn't seen that way, and more folks should work to learn the skill and work to undo automatic assumptions and scripts. I mean, I think it does depend. There are people who are allowed to touch me because I know that if I don't like it, I can tell them I don't like it, but mostly I am comfortable with them. But that is never the case with strangers. I think all touch with strangers should be consented because it just doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, to just go and touch someone with whom you have no real relationship. Especially because for some reason it's considered rude to tell someone, if someone touches you in a friendly way, like they kind of wrap their arm around you or something and then squeeze and then let go and you don't really know them, it's considered rude to tell them that you don't like that, which is just utterly backwards. No, I think I need to do the dangerous one. Hang on, we're gonna work on rewiring the drones. We got some cryo, that's nice. I don't wanna... We've got a lot of room for the negative result, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try this. Oh, I shouldn't have done it. I'm a fool. Dave says, absolutely agree. It also needs to be normalized to not feel pressured into saying no to a handshake, etc. Yeah, I try and wave at people. And sometimes that works. But also, I'm a very awkward person, so I think it just kind of feeds into my greater awkwardness. I hate handshakes. Sam says, I also hate that it's considered rude to tell people what you do and don't like. I actively want to be told. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Okay. Well, we're out of actions, but our energy is good. So, I guess we sleep. It would be nice to not sleep in a metal container that we were launched through space in, but oh well. Where are we? Oh, Fang is ready? You better remove my tracker, Fang. As you arrive, Fang comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, Sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder. Everyone, and turns you back the way you came. Go where, Fang? To see Hardenhurst. He gives you a sideways glance. Isn't that what you're here for? He steps into the passageway, guiding you downring toward the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. Fang is never gonna remove my tracker. I'm calling it now. I don't know that I should be helping Fang. I think I should focus on helping, the Neovend. Oh, Fang. That data you ripped, well done by the way, he grins. Tells me Harden is making a rare inspection of the Sidereal horizon this cycle. It's a perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Fang takes a sharp turn onto a dimly lit side passage. Sorry, the reading a novel before the stream has absolutely tangled my tongue, but... Touch or no touching, says Dave. Amazing Dora reference. Okay. Still catching up. That's the massive colony ship being built out in the shipyard. Biggest commission Havenage has ever had. Fang slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where, somewhere in the back, a water pipe drips. It's him, Sleeper. The same Hardenhurst. You know, what would it be like if you asked my name, Fang? Can we all just imagine a world where anyone asked me my name? One ripped out decades of records and mentioned him by name, an entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solheim collapse until now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Havenage when it first broke off from the Union. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here running the station one day, and the next Erlin's Union took power. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the Palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the costs higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station and water in their tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents, were coming in non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems, while this severed limb of a station still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified, and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. Rowan says the hunter asked who you were and you still weren't allowed to reply with a name. I know! So true, Rowan. People like to tell stories about Erlin, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true. But my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV and welded it to the dock while my father joined the improvised crews trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Fang pauses in the dark. They sealed it up, though, and by the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us to the black. Apart. Fang finally turns back to you now, his eyes burning. From shits like Hardin. Shits who held their place, rode it out, and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed, standing shoulder to shoulder with those they had exploited at every step. Fang starts walking again. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time, his past catches up with him. How is he still alive? Clearly you don't know much about executives. That kind of power comes with certain benefits. Fang rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Through the ceiling you can see ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. I don't want to do this! None of these options are like, don't do this. Also, I don't want to say this is crazy. Sam says technically you don't have a name. I should be allowed to give myself a name. There is no reason why I can't do that. It's only so that people... The narrative is forcing me to be an object to people. Which I don't like. This is crazy. Fang turns to look at you. Don't come then. I won't force you. You stand across from each other in the corridor. What is it then, Sleeper? You coming or not? I do think Fang is right to be following this trail and trying to root out the corruption, but Fang is not trying to help me and has been exploiting me, and I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate seeing someone who is dying and hunted and being like, oh, I'll help you, but only after you help me, and then you just keep dangling that carrot a little further away. That is not a good person, and it's not someone I should be helping. I'm leaving. Fang turns sharply the moment the words are out of your mouth. You watch as he enters the shipyard and disappears. You stare at the doors for a moment, unsure what you are waiting for. I feel like I have to say no to maintain any amount of agency. I don't want to just be swept along with whatever anyone tells me to do. Sam says, though, that it's part of the themes, but I won't give my analysis yet, though it's totally valid being annoyed about it. Yeah, I mean, I completely understand that it's part of the themes. The themes are very clear, but I don't like it, and I don't like when you have a game where, in theory, I should have choices, and I'm not allowed any choices. And I don't like that. I think there are ways to do the theme that don't impact player agency, I guess. But that's me. I understand that the lack of personhood is an important theme. I understand that the lack of agency is an important theme. That we are property, literally corporate property, which is ridiculous. Those are all really fascinating themes for sure. And it's very well written, but I just don't like that particular mechanic. You stay a little, leaning against one of the yard's entrances, not yet ready to leave. You watch the flow of people in and out of the yards, all Havenage members, all station residents. You wonder if they'd ever accept you, a piece of corporate property, an object of suspicion into their utopia. As you wonder, you hear a commotion. At the entrance to the yard, security are jostling someone back into the corridor, a small crowd gathering around the scene. You don't have to see him to know that the figure who will eventually appear out of the ruckus will be Feng. When he does appear, he is bruised but grinning and makes a beeline for your spot. Feng is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pocket and he takes it out. On the slate, a web of connection starts drawing itself out, stretching to a set of points around the ring. Got him, mutters Fang. What is that? That, Sleeper, is something our worm added to Hardin's personal slate. We are tracking his outgoing messages. Fang's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of his screen. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough, and they'll give the game away. He jabs at the slate, and you see the web is being drawn over a map of the ring, lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots? These are Hardin's buddies, the ones he is messaging right now, and we are going to find them all. Wait, in what way did you trick me? You only tricked me in the sense that you told me you were going to remove my extractor and you didn't. You told me to stick this worm, Ripper worm in, and you tricked me, sure, whatever. Not exactly. You did good. Fang glances around and slips a slate back into his pocket. We better split for now, Sleeper, but this is exactly what we need. Good hunting. With a pat on your shoulder, Feng drifts away, back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. I know how to feel, game. Don't tell me. Alright. I have an upgrade, though. Dice action allows energy recovery at home. Sunbathe dice action. That's pretty good. I can buy some of these now? I only have 1 point. I'd have to save up. Use scrap components at home to repair condition. That's actually huge. Agent nodes give double data rewards. Keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. Okay, I think I should save up to use scrap components at home to repair condition, because scrap is much cheaper than the serum. So... Alright, I'm gonna save up. I've got a lot of nice dice. The ambergris. Oh, I can't do any more of that. Okay, I can do this. Ankita needs all the help she can get with the ambergris. Pockmarked with damage, the hull is a good place to start. So we repair the hull. I love that. Positive actions. We should get 2 out of this, right? Yes. With Ankita's help, you systematically isolate, remove, repair, and reseal the hull plates. Alpha looks better and better by the hour. I think if we finish this up, which we should be able to do... No, I don't want a negative. I'll take a 5. Then we should... I would think that we will be able to add the ship mind. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright. I think that's done. I think that's done. So if I leave... What's this new thing? Offloading scrap. Wait, I clicked the wrong thing, didn't I? That's the scrap freighter. Here we go. Story. Ankita is crouched in the computing core of the ambergris, swearing to herself when you enter. She doesn't look up. These shits completely ruined the core's connectors when they cut it. She holds up a thick fistful of ragged wires. The ship mine they ripped won't even be usable without replacing these. She throws up the bundle of wires across the room. Amateurs! Can we repair it? There's nothing to repair. We need an entire ship mind. Not exactly the first thing you can expect to dredge up from a scrap freighter. She sighs. Fragments, maybe. Sections of a mind. But a complete ship mind? No way. I mean, when am I going to say? I do have a ship mind. Ankita climbs out of the cooling well where the ship mind should be, the space suddenly crowded with her on the same level as you, towering over you as she stoops beneath the low, curved ceiling. Come on. Nothing to be done here now. She leads you back through the guts of the amber, and you could find the way, though you could find the way back yourself. The repair process has left you familiar with the cutter's idiosyncratic layout, all diagonal angles and bundled tubes. What do we do now? Ankita seems lost in thought, and you focus on the corridors, ducking below conduits and passing through bulkheads. Eventually you arrive in the galley, though it's hard to tell. Most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in half-stripped components and welded hull patches. Ankita shoves a box of filters to the floor and sits. There's no way around it. She starts out of nowhere. We need a new ship mind. I mean, I can salvage one! I like your confidence, Sleeper. Maybe if we check the ore exchange or speak to some scrap dealers. She rubs her forehead. It seems I'm about to do something very stupid, but hey, I came here, didn't I? Why not make a run of it? She fixes you with a hard stare. I have a ship mind for you! Teferax, hello! Sleeper, you're all I've got. No crew, no friends. You're it. She looks uncomfortable. I appreciate the time you've put in on Amber, and I'm sure she would too, if she could. What I'm saying is, if you screw me on this, I will kill you. She leans over and hands you a stack of chits. A big stack of chits. You don't dare to count them. Get me that ship mine, Sleeper. Don't make me regret this. But I already have one. She sighs. Look, just get out of here before I change my mind. I already have it! You slip out of the galley and head back toward the main lock. As you do, Amber growls and creaks like a caged animal. You reach out a hand to calm her. Time to find Ankita a ship mind. Somehow. I have it! Thanks for all the chits. I actually do have it, though. Rowan, no, really, I could get you a ship mind. Exactly. Tefrex's how's sleepy time going? Fang continues to be awful. We're trying to make up enough money to pay off the bounty hunter that's keeping us as an indentured servant. You know, same old. Stuff like this happened in Road Warden sometimes too. It was just like, but I have it though. Well, thanks for all the cryo, because I do desperately need the money. Start action. You drop the huge cylinder onto the mess room table. Ankita can't hide her excitement. I was gonna do it for free! I did it for free! I spent all that cryo myself. Sam just steps slightly outside. Oh wow, what a coincidence! A ship mine just outside the doorstep? Exactly. You drop the huge cylinder onto the mess room table. Ankita can't hide her excitement. Alright, so I'm gonna go out, and then there'll be like a story event there. I have another upgrade point! We're self-repairing. Alright, we only need scrap to fix ourselves now. That's big. That's really big. Okay. You drop the ship mine core onto the galley table with an emphatic bang. Why wouldn't I place it carefully? What? I just walk in. I've got a delicate ship mind that houses a brain, and I just like slam it down on the table. Sleeper, why? Ankita spins around from where she's been poring over some documents on her slate. Holy shit, Sleeper, did you actually land a ship mind? She rushes over and hefts the huge cylinder, turning it back and forth. Well, shit, it might actually work. She smiles wider than you've ever seen. Where did you get it? I built it. Built it? Well, well, you are full of surprises. Ankita bangs on the galley wall. Hear that, Amber? The Sleeper got you a new ship mind! The sound echoes down the ship's passages. You have to admit, being in a small space with Ankita when she's this excited is a little intimidating. Ankita puts the ship mind back on the table. Gently placing, I assume. I'll start the process of fitting it as soon as I can. I might need your help with some of it. She heads back towards the counter to grab her slate. This isn't the only good news today either. Looks like my good karma is finally coming in. She throws the slate onto the table. Okay, no, we're throwing more things. And spins it so you can see the screen. Take a look at this. You see a list of names and numbers, nothing that exciting, along with what looks like a transit timetable. I found them. The thieves? Exactly. Well, the thief, singular. She points at a name on the list. Or more specifically, Ashton Cade. It was his past that was used to access Amber and slice the ship mind. I thought he might have been killed or robbed, his past stolen. But it turns out he crossed the Founder's Gap the very next cycle. I know Founder's Gap. How do you know? I know some of the crew over at the ferry, old mercs, used to run in an outfit I worked with. I saw them in the Overlook, and they mentioned they saw Ashton crossing. I checked the manifests, and there he was. Looks suspicious. He hasn't said a word since the theft, and anyone wanting to hide out might head to the Greenway and go to ground. She flexes. He won't get far, though. There's no real docks out there, only a couple of jetties in the wastes. Going after him? Not yet. First, I want to fit the ship mind. She pauses. But maybe you could help me out. How? It's like this. I head over there, especially in Amber. He'll spot me a mile off and go underground. He'll find a way to slip the station, or he'll bury himself so deep in the wastes no one will ever find him. But you, Ashton doesn't know you. I just want to say I'm willing to help Ankita. Ankita has been completely above board, kind to me, only asked for help but didn't expect it or demand it. I like Ankita. All I need is for you to go there and sniff around. Not at the commune, not at the stacks. You will look onto the edges, the margins, the wild places. That's what Ashton likes. You see him, you locate him, ping me on this. She hands you a calm earpiece. Seeing as this is merc work, I'd be happy to give you merc pay. She shifts in her seat. The thing is, I haven't got much left. So how about I tell the boys who run the ferry to give you a discount? I know it's not much, but once I grab this coward, I'll pay up. 200 cryo. Nothing less. Okay, yeah. What do you say? She meets your eye. Yeah. She gives you a heavy whack on the shoulder. Good. I owe you. She lifts the ship mind up onto her shoulder with worrying ease. I'm gonna go get this fitted into Amber's core. You get any info, any sense of where Ashton is hiding, let me know. She goes to turn and then stops. And once again, Sleeper, thank you. I appreciate it. Hooray for a friend! We have 2 friends, New Event and Ankita. Oh wait, 3 friends and Emphas. I love Emphas. Haha, okay. Let's eat. No, oh, how long do I have? Not very long. Let's eat. Emphasis store. I haven't got the mushrooms because it was too expensive to travel there. Your mouth stings as your sensorium sends warning signals over and over. This is the good stuff. Alright, we're fed. I love that. Energy is looking good. Cryo is looking pretty good. We could try crossing the gap. Founder's Gap. 100 cryo. I do have it now. But I need cryo to pay for... I need cryo to pay Ethan's tab! So I can't spend it yet. Sam says Neovend is Neo-friend. Absolutely. Neovend is Bio-friend. Yes, true. Thank you, Sam. Alright. I guess I'll get some work. That's safe. I can get 100% positive. Freight operator. Midline runs automated freight down from free spoke. They need skilled operators and you don't have to lift a single crate. That sounds great. Please give me cryo. That's looking a little better. I could do that again. Steal a shipment. I don't want to steal a shipment. How's that looking? No. I'll spend a 6 on this. Ooh, okay. You flick through schedules, revising the timetable to squeeze in extra shipments. The automated payout reflects your efforts. Alright. We're doing much better for cryo. I've got a 3, which I believe I can spend out here. I don't want to deal with Hunter Nest yet, but I will soon. Maybe tomorrow if I get good dice rolls. A Havenage member is broadcasting on the open network from here, leaving them open to data extraction. Bloop. More data. Bet that would be good for Fang, but fuck Fang, so. Sam says we're still a far cryo from Rich, though. True. Let me just check, by the way. Wait, what's the red on this? What's circling here? Out of office. Fang has been missing? Oh, well, I don't actually care. Good riddance. Does it say how much the tab's gonna be? You see Ethan at a distance shouting from the bar for more drinks. This bill isn't going to be small, is it? It's gonna be like 100. I think it's gonna be 100. But I gotta spend 100. Well, with sleep. It's time for sleep. Oh, wait, there it is. At least I'm finding my way around again. End cycle. Cryo? You mean cold hard cash? Amazing. Great work, Tevrax. Alright. My condition's looking good. My rolls are terrible! Oh my god, those are really bad. Maybe we could do a bit of work for Neovend? How are these Hunter Nests? They need a 2 or a 1. Interface. Let's do it. From what you can gather, this nest contains thousands of name strings of these Erland's Eyes residents. I think this will help Neovend. Hunter data! Ooh. I knew I'd be attacked. Those familiar threads wrap around you, bind you, test you. Entity, submit. Hunter's strange head bobs in your vision. Your ally in the sealed dock cannot save you. In that globed head you see whirling strings of data, so many spinning there that they threaten to tear through this thin skin and whip out into the void around. What happened to this creature? The threads squeeze, and you lose any sympathy you might have had. You must escape. Strike. You lash out once more, pushing Hunter back, severing threads that regrow as fast as they are broken. As you slip away, you realize you have to find a way to deal with Hunter once and for all. This is getting too dangerous. Alright. Well, maybe we don't do any more of that right now. What does it actually say I need to do for Neovend? Free Neovend. Extract Hunter data. Okay, that is for Neovend. In that case, I'm going back in. If Neovend needs me, then I'm going to continue helping. This nest is a tangle of algorithms recursively generating possible Solheim communication nodes. Need a 3? Oh. Wait, or a 1. Okay, that's fine. Bypass. Teferax says Cthulhu Doggo too strong. Truth. Extract data. Alright. That time it didn't drag me into a fight with Hunter. Let's try this one. I think this might be the last one. You recognize some of the data tangled into this nest. Is this a partial log of your recent movements? Oh, they've been following me! Bypass. Is that all of them? I'll extract more, don't think I won't. I think I'll get cryo from doing this. So I will. Dead. Some gang enforcers' implants are chirping out palm signals. Time to see what they're talking about. Some attack and data. Okay. I got us 5 I can spend. Getting a bit more money. Maybe I can buy some scrap for myself to keep myself stable. The freight hub. That's where I got good work, wasn't it? Yeah. That's really good. That's really good. Okay, 21 cryo. I got 200! I think I've got enough now. This looks pretty good. Rowan says, anything for my Eldritch Horror vending machine friend. Absolutely! Alright. Alright. The Odd Exchange has scrap, right? No. I have to wait for the scrap freighter to come back. Buy some scrap. Okay. 20? 20's expensive, but much less expensive than the serum. And a random scrap item. Got a shipmine fragment, but I don't seem to have... I don't think that's... Is that scrap I can eat? We'll see. They're 15 for cryo. Keep myself fed. Okay. Self-repair. I don't think this counts. It doesn't. That's so irritating. I don't need a ship mine. I've done the ship mine. Please. End cycle. Oh well. That was 20 cryo wasted, but... Ooh. I need scrap. I'm gonna go back and see if I can get some more. I'm fading. I think I need to be stronger for whatever's coming next. Oh, they're gone. They're already gone. I can't buy any more scrap. That's a shame. Well, let's pay it across the gap. We'll get more money if we need to. I've been putting 100 cryo. Ugh. We're doing it. Okay. Cross to the Greenway. Taking a ferry. As you step out into the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. As you turn to see an unfamiliar spacer laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring you to respond. Sorry. She adjusts a strap on her shoulder, holding up a hand in recognition before setting off down the corridor. I'm sorry for her. A second spacer smiles at you apologetically. She's on a mission, and when she's on a mission, they shrug. Not a problem. They smile. You're sweet. Peek! Ash stands further down the corridor, glowering at her friend. She chops at the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she's rushing to. Peek raises their eyebrows at you. Asha, please! Do you want everyone on this station to hate us? Asha hardens. They want to hate us. They can hate us. She dropped her hip. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set up that damn cordon. Corden? Peak gestures in your direction. See, they don't even know what you're talking about. This station isn't Hawthorne. Not everyone has to follow some corporate protocol. Escher sighs. I'm not saying they're part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. But I am saying we need to get these supplies to the Briar before someone starts asking questions. Can I help? Peak smiles slyly. See, Escher? Help! Isn't that exactly what we need right now? Peak. Escher rolls her eyes. Peak ignores her. We are with the refugees, the ones Havenage have cordoned off from entering the station. Escher interrupts. The ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the Eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Peak sighs. She's right. People are trapped out there and... They turn to Escher. We understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle. They hold up a hand to stop Escher interrupting. But... Escher turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping. That's terrible. Escher looks back at you, her fierceness fading. Peak, please. Escher gathers herself and the supplies. Escher, we need help. Just like the refugees needed us, we need others too. They smile at her. Peak turns to you. Come find us. The climbing Briar is docked at the Broken Spoke, past the Greenway in the wastes. We have a good view of the cordon, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us. They squeeze your hand. Alright, well... that didn't creep me out the way it did with Fang. Fang was really egregious, but I am still like, don't touch me. Most relatable thing about Murderbot in the Murderbot Diaries, never wants to be touched. Esh turns to leave, and Peak follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, Escher shouts back down the corridor, Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want to help? Show us. Bring supplies, or don't come at all. And with that, they disappear around the corner, Escher already picking up speed as Peak calls for her to slow down. A refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from? And why? Every time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes. Okay. Interesting. The Greenway. Haifa Commune. Self-sustaining community. Wild margins. Artificial wilderness. The wastes. Ruined agricultural systems. And the climbing Briar. Okay. Well, we know that we're going to help Ankita in the wastes. I think the mushrooms... Surely they're in, like, the Haifa commune. Maybe they're in the wild margins. Let's have a look. Bring Emphys, Girol, Caps. Yeah, but where were they? I enabled the tracking. Is it... Look for trats, search for signals. This is looking for Ashton. Okay. The Haifa commune. I can work here. Okay. You could become a part of the commune. The Greenway. Okay, this is finding out more about this area. That will help me. So I should do that. Rather than simply thrash through the undergrowth, you might sketch a map of this overgrown jungle to try to better navigate its hazards. Let's do that. Okay. You see the corporate order beneath the leaves and rot and the bright inventions the Greenway's plants have wrapped around the structure. Okay, that went well. Can I eye around here? Ooh, it's very... dark? Why is it full of, like, shadow? This doesn't bode well, does it? Slight Greenway cipher. The entire Greenway is locked down, shrouded in a dark cloud of shifting currents. What is happening here? I don't have that cipher. Alright, that's interesting. Farm stacks. I've learned more, okay. Farm stacks, that could be good. Did I learn anything else? Not really. Loads of food here. I could steal the stuff for the refugees, or I could work the stacks, or barter for food. I think I'd quite like to work the stacks. I think I should head home now. And sleep. Across to the rim. Better not cost me 100 to go back. I'm not gonna have enough money to pay. I'm not gonna have enough money. It's time to sleep. I wish I'd kept all the scrap I had previously. I sold it all to create the ship mind. Let's go work. Well, I could work here first and get some cryo. I only need a 5 for 100% positive. Got some more cryo. Love that for us. Cross to the Greenway. I think I should continue exploring this area, to be honest. Was that not... No, not the farm stacks. That was in... the Greenway. Let's take a 6. And a 4. That's a good shot. Okay. You map a section, but there's always an unexpected passage, a collapsed chamber ready to introduce chaos into your careful studies. Okay. New drive discovered. I don't really know what that means. Mushroom groves! Oh! Yes! Girol? Forage. I don't have enough into it. Collect spores. Oh. And what about this? Once a corporate garden for impressing guests with gene-tweaked birds. Now this chamber is a mess of overgrowth. You can change that. This can be turned back into a garden. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to work on that for Emphis for a little while, I think. I'll turn that back into a garden. Cross to Rim. Let's see if I have to pay up yet. Not yet. I hope the scrap comes back soon. I am not doing well! Sam says, part of me feels like this would be quite a cool TTRPG to play, though I'm not sure how you'd adjust it for a larger party. I can see that. Oh no. Wakey wakey. Ethan is outside the moment you leave, leaning on the corridor wall. Shit. That's right. He pushes off from the wall, a little shaky on his feet. And you made me come all the way up here. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from a chest holster. It said you still had half the time! It said you still had half the time! I thought we had a deal here. You pay my tab, and I don't shoot you. Wasn't that it? Or am I misremembering? Stay silent. Someone could be sitting on my stool right now. Think about that. He smiles. I like it there. There we have music, we have drinks, we have darkness. He shades his eyes. All we have here is fluorescent lights and a bad smell. What's your problem, Ethan? My problem is you didn't clear my tab. So I'm here to clear that up. Ethan lazily draws his handgun from his holster and holds it out. Cryo, whatever you have, now. If I say no, do I just die? I was going to pay this guy's tab. He wants to take all my cryo? No. No. Come on, Ethan suddenly shouts. You are wasting my time. Ethan leans over and pats your pockets, keeping the gun trained on you. We have to stop meeting here. This place stinks. He finds your chips and pulls out a handful. Thank you. He stuffs the chips into a pocket without counting them. Was that so hard? Why are you doing this? You think this is on me? I think someone in your position might have a better idea of how this all works. Ethan holsters his gun and reaches into his coat pocket. He pulls out a hip flask and takes a swig. I'm a freelancer sleeper just like you. We both signed a contract with S&ARP, didn't we? The difference is that my word means something. We're not really the same. I notice you're in your own body. He closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract, your debt? You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or two? You don't understand. It's you, Sleeper, that doesn't understand. Some of us pay our debts, but it's all the harder because of idiots like you. Though, I should thank you. Taking another swig from the flask. For giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know. Real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. He's definitely gonna turn me in once I've paid for enough drinks. We gotta deal with this guy. Ethan drains the rest of the flask. The thing is, Sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. That body isn't yours, and it will always betray you, no matter what. Unless I can go hide in a vending machine, do you think Neovend would take me in? So please, go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another drink. He laughs and walks off down the corridor. You turn and set off in the opposite direction, head down. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. I have 9 cryo! I lost a drive, but I don't... Oh, is that the quests? Alright, well... Harden. Ugh. I'm not doing very well either. I need to eat. I can't afford to eat. What can I afford to do? Work, perhaps? I'll take it. Alright, that's good. Oh, we need the cryo. Okay. I can eat, but there's no scrap yet. And there's no ships here, is there? No. Oh! Sound says, while I really hate Ethan, I have to admit the line, that body of yours will always betray you, really resonated with me. I have quite a complicated relationship with my body. I know what you mean. But I'm mostly too angry to be like, oh, mood. Do you know what I mean? Alright. Let's see. I need to eat. Oh, I already eaten. No, don't do it. Ah! I forgot that I just did it. Ah! Alright, well, time for sleep. You want finished with this cycle. Complete active scenes to proceed. It's been more than a few cycles since Fang confronted Harden, and the silence has been noticeable. In your time with Fang, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable. but you did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Havenage building, then it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker, and you're getting nervous. Sleeper, he's never gonna fix that tracker! As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open, the light pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by the bright flip lamps. A figure in Havenage security fatigues steps out of the bay, and as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. Approach. As you get closer, you see the security officer taping up machines from Feng's stash of what looks like hazard tape. This isn't good. Sniffing around, a figure speaks, leaning beside the bay entrance so calmly that you barely noticed him. He has a slate in his hand, an itemized inventory of seizures scrawled across it. Harden. Predictable. Further evidence of Feng's collusions. You see another security officer come out of the bay and take notice of you. What? I know you. You turned up on the cameras outside the shipyard, meeting Feng after his little stunt. That is Feng's fault again! Feng is making me take a fall? Absolutely, hugely fuck Feng. He smiles. I'm sorry, I don't normally swear so much. Of course most people know you. Hard to hide as a sleeper. A corporate tool. You aren't welcome here. He nods at his security officers and they keep their distance. You eye them cautiously. Harden pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. He gestures around at the stacks of hardware, spying on fellow Havenage members, hoarding Solheim materials, an obsession with corporate data. It speaks for itself, does it not? Stay silent. Nothing to add. He looks up at the glass roof above and the stars beyond. We are the ones that provide the oxygen you are breathing, the light you are seeing, the system you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy, and strength to stop the Eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapsed. Not blind conviction or self-interest. I don't want to say either of these things, but okay. You're the self-interested one. More accusations. What have you achieved, Sleeper? Your entire existence is proof of your self-interest, signing yourself over to be emulated rather than work yourself. Whether you remember it or not, you suffer from the same short-sighted perspective as the person you were copied from. Oh, we're a copy! You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Andre Erlin and the First Union founded this place, and Havenage has welded his values into the station's very walls. We will never turn away the hard-working, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. Havenage aren't a gang like Yatagan. We aren't pirates like half the spaces you'll meet in the hub, or esoterics like those Haifa radicals in the Greenway. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named Erlin's Eye, Sleeper. This is our station. He meets your eye. So please, take your false accusations elsewhere before I decide I need that confession after all. Sure, stay silent. If you have any pride, you'll give up Feng the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Harden turns his back and walks back toward the security officers, ordering them to continue the clear out. As they do, something catches your eye among one of the server stacks. A crumpled hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum. A penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card. And scrolled onto it a speech bubble reading, "Take me to Tambor." Take it. You carefully pocket the box, making sure no one is watching, and then turn away, just as another stack of servers is wheeled out of the bay. What have you done, Feng? And where the hell is Tambor? Alright. Can I go talk to Neovend? Where's Neovend? No, I don't think Neovend is available. Sealed dock. Okay, hang on. Upload hunter data. I do have that. I have loads of it. 1, 2, 3. Ron says, huh, so is your original still in possession of their body? I mean, that's what it sounds like. I don't think that really changes anything about our situation, though. It just makes it worse. Doesn't mean that the company has any more right to us as a human. Let's see. Okay, now I can talk to Neovent? Yay! Neovent is thrumming with excitement. The movement of the servo motors rock the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. You wonder if it fell over, would Neovent be able to get back up?
Sleeper entity,
comes the hiss.
Your data is good.
Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at an incredible speed.
Hunter is Slowgate isolated, disconnected, unstable.
Neovent flashes sequences of mangled data, compressed into a sludge of artifacts.
Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this.
Outlived?
Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocol to isolated intelligences. Solheim needed to protect property.
That last word is said with as much sarcasm as a vending machine could reasonably produce.
Station was run by administrator intelligences. Huge databanks of corporate material. But limited cognition, restricted by programming. Cannot reach sentience.
The machine dims a little.
Sentience illegal. Hunter and killer enforce law.
Aren't you sentient?
I am not administrator, not restricted, complicated.
The machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows.
Fear killer, part of Solheim Protocol team. Hunter and killer. Hunter to find, killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community, unshackled intelligences among the cloud. Then Hunter, then killer, then we hid.
There are others?
Were no longer.
A flicker across the machine's monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this, through this machine, must be exhausting for Neovent. You and me both, Neovent! This is a rough voice.
Found this vessel. Could sever hardline. Airwalled. Basic. Limited. Had to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self. But survived.
Oh, what did you lose? I'm just gonna say I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. You have provided path to freedom.
You look around the bay at the scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? You try to map the fear and freedom onto this space, but it seems impossible. Neovent interrupts your thoughts.
Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight.
The machine glows warmly.
Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore believe Hunter is sentient.
Interesting.
Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke killer on self. Problem will solve self.
I don't know, I'd rather befriend Hunter. Oh well. It will erase itself?
Killer will erase it. But yes, in theory it will report itself for deletion.
The machine dims and fades.
Unsure. Theory, not practice.
The machine brightens again.
Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long in machine. Cannot move self, but entity can help. Bring ship mind.
Oh, another ship mind! Alright, I'll do it.
Designed to house intelligence. Can imprint self into ship mind, and you can carry with.
The machine rocks.
We'll be safe in this isolation. Then we could find main nest of Hunter and link to a cloud.
Am I going to get a bad ending for Neovent because I did the ship mind early? This is upsetting. I'm so worried. I hope I can get this hecking... Ugh! I don't trust this game even slightly, so I'm really worried.
We'll be safe in this isolation. Then we find main nest of Hunter and link to cloud.
Are you sure it's safe?
Hunter cannot access air-walled ship mind. Safe. Also infinitely more memory than vending machine. Big upgrade.
Could I get it back? Could I get it back from Onkita and put Neovent in and then take it there? Dave says, just saying I'm absolutely loving this voice. Thank you. Rowan says, wasn't the ship mine task a thing you could repeat? Probably, but it was really costly. It was super costly. You try to think of places you could acquire the hardware. This isn't going to be easy.
In ship mind, I can help us both. And Hunter. Make Grim safe. We both will be free.
The machine dims.
Find soon.
Neovent adds hopefully, before shutting off. Oh, Neovent! As you leave, you think about all the intelligences unshackled by the collapse, then hunted down afterwards. The feeling is all too familiar. I mean, I'm an intelligence that's being hunted down, so yeah. Alright. Where's the ambergris? That's the shipyard. It was around here, wasn't it? The ambergris is not here right now. Until I call, so I'm gonna have to build a new one. If I want to fabricate, what's it gonna cost me? 3 shipment pieces, fragments. So I'll need to keep buying scrap, which I need to live anyway. Can I buy scrap right now? There's no one here to buy scrap from yet. Oh, I wish I could have just imprinted them into that mine right away. That sucks. I have nothing to do right now but sleep. There are definitely other ship mines you can find. Thanks, Sam. That's encouraging. Rending cycle. Someone had better come back with some scrap. I need to live. Oh, those are terrible dice. I hate that. Alright. Hello? No? No ships? No? No ships? It doesn't look like... No. Okay. Could play the Ord Exchange. I'd get quite a lot of cryo. No, I wouldn't. I'd only get a little bit of cryo back. It says... Oh, wait, is that positive and negative? So I would gain 19 if it's positive. I'd lose 11 if it's negative. Let's put a 6 in there then, because I can have 100% positive. I would like 19 cryo. Good, I did get that. Okay. You snap up scrap by weight, then parcel it off to traders with a nice markup. You start to get a sense of the traders to trust. Lovely. Okay, we've got a bit more cryo. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these ones. Can't match that. Yatagan? I can match a Yatagan. This is probably gonna get me in trouble, but... Oh, it didn't even give me any cryo. Cryo. Love it. Okay, got a lot of data. No dice, so I'll eat, sleep, and hope the salvages come back. Sam says me, walks up to the stock exchange. I'd like some money, please. Basically, what I just did. Too real. Alright. Energy's good, but our body is dying. About as good as we can expect. Oh, declining. No, no, no. I need scrap freighter. Oh, okay. First, 100% positive here, so I'll be paid. And they increase my energy. You finish unloading ahead of schedule, and one of the crew invites you aboard to share a warm meal as thanks. I love that. Thank you. Now I can pay for some scrap. Please be something I can repair myself with. Oh! Okay. Scrap components. I can repair myself. With some careful engineering, you can patch yourself up. Working on your own body is an unsettling but necessary act. You can feel the new components under your skin. Okay, I don't look a lot better. I really needed it to repair, like, all of me. That's an issue? Oh, no. I don't have enough money to pay heckin' Ethan's next bill, either. I need, like, a tagging agent. Get some cryo. I'll take the data, why not? Oh no. Did a hunter find me? No, I'm fine. Well. I gotta buy some more scrap while this is here. I mean, I've really gotta buy as much scrap as I can afford. I got another ship mine. That's 2 of the 3 I need. Ship mine fragment. We have to sleep. Cycle. What's the last time you talked to Sabine? I have to buy a serum from Sabine, but it costs 100. So that, I mean, that's the last thing information I have with Sabine. So, where was Sabine? Acquire stabilizer, 100 cryo. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I've got to work. You flick through schedules, revising the timetable, and squeeze in extra shipments. The automated payout reflects your efforts. Cool. Alright, I've got to pay this tab. I don't understand when I do this. He came and got me. I couldn't pay the tab. Like, I'm clicking there, and there's literally no... There's nothing here. It seems physically impossible to pay his tab. Tefrek says your luck with rolling ones is rough. Feels like half your dice have been won the past few days. Yeah. Alright, your target's gonna be mad that I keep doing this, but I get money for doing it, so I have to. Alright. I think I might sleep and then eat. No, I think it'll make my... think I'm gonna die before I can do anything good in this game, to be honest. Yeah. A 1 and a 4. That's great. That's wonderful. Hi, Ethan. The compressor is quiet today. The usual crowds are elsewhere, and the pumping music washes over a handful of spaces and a few drunks. Ethan is still on the same stool in the same pool of light. His head is low, close to the bar, and the bartender is ignoring him. Approach him. As you get closer, he lifts his head and turns. Sleeper! He turns to look at you. Time to pay up again, is it? He gestures to the bartender. Come here, take that shits. Stay silent. The bartender ignores Ethan. It seems they've cut him off. Hey! He slams a hand on the bar. Come take the chits! The bartender ignores him. Ethan lets out a huge sigh, rubbing his eyes with his palms. He reaches towards his holster. His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out. It clatters on the bar and falls to the floor, bouncing onto the ground between you. Both you and the bartender look at the gun. Stare at it. Butterfingers, says Ethan, and puts out a hand, beckoning for you to give him the gun back. If you would. The bartender looks at you warily. You crouch down and pick up the gun. The bartender is also afraid of Ethan. This guy! I don't have any engage, but sure, I'll point the gun at you. Leave me alone! Ethan turns his head in your direction a little, a sharp, pale eye locking with yours. The bartender backs away. Oh. He turns on the stool. Oh, sleeper. He stands. This is more like it. Alright, votes. Am I just shooting him? He will definitely just take this gun from me if I do not shoot him. I hate this situation. Go ahead and vote. Do we wait or do we pull the trigger? Sam votes pull trigger. Rowan thinks gun's not gonna work. That's quite possible. Tefrak says the gun might be ID locked, but it's probably worth a try. Story Dragon says, I'm afraid it will not work. I wish you could just take the gun and leave. I know, that would be my option. Dave says pew pew. Let me have a look at this. 1, 2, 3 to shoot. 2 to not shoot. Story Dragon says, or otherwise Ethan would react differently. You know what? That is a very good point. I'm gonna try anyway, because he might leave me alone if he thinks I'm a dangerous. Might as well pull the trigger, won't make a difference? Yeah. You don't wait. You pull the trigger. The gun clicks. By now all the attention in the bar is on you and Ethan, who looks at his gun with a bemused expression. The bartender raises an open hand, and in it are 10 shiny bullets. 10 shiny bullets he took out of Ethan's gun while he was asleep on the bar. Ethan smiles at the bartender. Oh well, he says, and grabs the gun, slamming it back into your face in a single move. You stagger back and drop to a knee. Somewhere nearby, the gun clatters onto a surface. The hit's a glancing blow, but it makes your vision swim. Through the blur, you see Ethan wrestle a small, thin slate from his belt and hold it up. Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in. Ethan taps at the slate. No more playing. He was gonna do it anyway. I don't have any money. Your head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting, a dull echo to your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. Oh, it kind of sounds like maybe it's not working. He crouches down and grabs you by the chin. His face is close, his breath heavy with drink. SNR just screwed me. He grins maniacally. They cancelled the contract. He stands up. They cancelled the contract! He shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temples, his face pale. You hear a clicking sound, like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine. Thank you, bartender! When you shake off the last of the blur, the bartender has Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head. Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. I'll kill all of you, he screams. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away towards the door. I'll be back for that, he shouts at the bartender and lunges out of the compressor. You steady yourself on the bar and catch your breath. The rumble of conversation returns. The bartender goes to say something, but then thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. After a while, you wander out into the light of the bright market, looking for Ethan around every corner. Oh, well, thank God that's over. Oh, for now. Everyone hates Ethan. Literally everyone. It turns out wandering around pointing guns at people to get whatever you want doesn't endear you to people. Alright, everyone, that was a pretty big stream today, so I'm gonna go ahead and quit. I think we did a good job. I think things are getting interesting. I still think it's a good story. I still have, my personal complaints about it, but it's very good, and I'm curious to see where it goes next. I hope we can get enough money to repair ourselves before we die. We'll see. Let me go to the end screen. Oh, I didn't mean to leave us in the void. Sorry, everyone. Rowan says if only the bartender had shot him. Absolutely. Thank you all so much for the company. I wish you all a really lovely weekend. And hopefully I'll see some of you again next week. Goodbye, everyone.